It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brood Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas. It is Monday, December 4th, 2017. It is 7 a.m. in the morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Jerry Hogan. Scott Callis, Bob Recktenwald looking at his phone at the far end of the counter. You getting those notes, dude? Hey.
He's getting his notes. He's like,
so
leave me
today.
alone. I got work to do.
That's why you have a camera that can zoom. You could zoom the 3.
He could, but it was better just to get you looking at your phone.
Skeeter, what are you doing over there, man?
Hey, I have the control. Don't you forget about that.
He is the dude with the button.
Dang right. Dang right.
Help one of the directors sign up.
I think if there's not, there will be very soon.
What?
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 He's going to turn us off here in a minute.
No, we'll just take the control.
Hope your Monday morning's off to a great start. I tell you what.
Ours is
How about the weather this weekend?
Great.
beautiful.
Are you supposed to sweat putting up Christmas decorations?
No, you're supposed to do that the week before.
I sweat if it's 20 degrees outside putting up Christmas.
Uh-huh.
I hate it.
Did you get them done?
I don't do it.
You don't do it?
No.
I'm trying to find the format so I can remember what to do next here.
The morning prayer.
Oh, is that right? No, we got to talk first about Brood Awakening Coffee.
Okay. We can get by
Jerry?
with that.
Is it good? That's
Man,
fresh.
I'm ready to pray for the coffee, buddy.
Ready for the coffee?
But
That it don't run out.
I've got to go get some today. We're about out.
well, okay.
I'm glad Jacqueline said there's 3 locations to serve everybody because they have a choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's 4 if you count here. I can come by here and get a cup.
That's true. That's true. And it's free. We'll give it
Limited
to 'em.
flavor here, though.
Yeah.
Do what?
Limited flavor if you come here.
I don't know. We can
Regular.
I bet we got something in the fridge we could pour in there. May not be legal, but
I've seen some of y'all pour some of that stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Takes a while.
Why is everybody looking? Why is everybody looking at me?
Because I don't do that stuff.
No. Did you hear what Bob said? We pour that
Yeah.
coffee takes a while.
Yeah.
It's not thick.
I let my coffee be coffee, my Coke be Coke, and my bourbon be bourbon.
There you go.
Don't go mixing them all up.
Brood Awakening Coffee with 3 locations to serve you. Highway 62 East at the Walmart East Plaza. Then you got Bomber Boulevard.
Yep.
Went through there. When did we go through there? Friday or Saturday? Went through there. Got a cup of coffee on the way to Yellow. Oh.
Oh,
I've got a time out here. I got to plug Mullins Salvage in Yellville.
Okay.
Man, did they ever help me out. Had an HVAC, well, it's a temperature controller on a pickup truck go out. Bought one. Found out there was a build date difference. Called them back. Dude, we got you back. Come on down. We'll swap out. Bring the truck down. Wow. Top-notch folks. Mullins Salvage.
Awesome.
Factory dealer part, $395. Got it for $40 at Mullins.
You're kidding.
Oh, it works great. So if you need used auto parts, I know I'm getting away from the format this morning, Mullins Salvage, and I told them I'd give them a plug. They went back out to the yard and pulled 2 more devices that didn't charge me any extra for going out to the yard to pull them again.
Unreal.
So I said, don't I owe you for you went out to the yard again?
I might need to write their name down.
Check it out, Mullins Salvage, just Yellville, turn right on Fallen Ash right there by Sonic.
Yep.
Go out there about a mile and a half. They're on the left-hand side. Great folks down at Mullins Salvage.
Awesome.
You know me, I'm an old junkyard dog. You know, woof, woof. You know, I love salvage yards.
Oh, we know.
Not the dog part. Yeah. We got that figured out. Because he's the only one of the 4 that didn't show up at the wrestling tournament.
I was
I might throw that out.
putting the truck back together.
He was in Mullins.
He had.
But he had
Walking
time
around
to
the
stop by
junkyard.
Old Time Restaurant on the Square to have breakfast. I bet.
Well,
Well, there's
you-
always time to stop
Yeah,
by
you
Old
got
Time for breakfast.
You got to set
Put your priorities.
Bob's over there. Yeah, I don't
Do what?
get it. Bob's over there. I don't get
I
it.
don't get it.
All right, we got to do the morning prayer.
We better
here.
pray or we're going to get in trouble.
Yes.
Let's pause for the morning prayer. Heavenly Father, how we treat people is probably the biggest factor in establishing a friendship. And during this Christmas season, when people visit a church or any other function, for any type of program, our attitude and kindness speak for us before we will ever say a word. Lord, help us realize that people coming to perhaps a church function for the first time are a little bit skeptical. So help us during this Christmas season to make everyone welcome at any type of function. That's my prayer today. Amen.
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 Yep.
Brought to you by. Do you have a sponsor for the morning prayer yet?
We're working on it.
We're working on it. We're like right
That close.
Right
In
there.
fact, I need to
Right
follow up this morning. So
there you go.
Jerry's going to ponder following up.
Ponder. Okay, here we go.
My computer keeps going to black screen here, and I'm going to...
Yeah, I noticed.
That's because you keep hitting the table.
That's Jerry. He's...
I got a feeling probably that sleep mode's been turned up or something. Goes to sleep early.
And what about our weather?
Like Jerry.
Anybody go to Sears over the weekend?
No.
I didn't have a
Did you?
chance. No, not this weekend, but I will. I got Christmas gifts to buy. Tools, and more tools.
They got it.
They do.
They even got TVs.
They even got TV.
I had to throw that line out there.
And basketball goals.
Basketball goals, that one gets me, but
Toolboxes.
Dale,
Boxes.
you've been around Sears in Mountain Home a long time. Has it always been owned by Eden's? Did her parents bring it here?
Well, the Sears store in Mountain Home was started in 1965 as what they called a Class C catalog sales office, a CSO. And the person that brought it here was under a lot of scrutiny for you're doing what in where, you're putting what where. And up until, I don't know, the late 80s, early 90s, it was a catalog sales office.
But it was brought here by Eden's parents, correct?
No,
It was not.
Mr.
Okay.
Allen, Jim Allen, was hired as a manager through the corporation. He
Okay.
worked for Sears, Roebuck and Company. Outstanding gentleman, great leadership there, and had brought that store up to almost a $4 million a year store as a catalog sales office for the company. And then had the option to do what he did, and it's been very good for Mountain Home to have that type of Sears store here because
You know, you hear a lot about Sears stores having trouble, and they're closing this one and closing that one and closing this one. But our local Sears store, yes, they are a Sears store, but they're not tied to all that corporate
anymore.
hoo-ha
Yeah,
that
it is
everybody
privately
keeps
owned
hearing.
here in Mountain Home.
yeah.
And it gives them that option to give their customers in the way of walk-in purchases. Like when it was a catalog sales office, you had your big ticket items, your tractors, your refrigerators, your washers, dryers, TVs. But to come in and buy a 3/8 ratchet or a 1/2-inch ratchet, you had to order it. It wasn't in stock, the smaller items. Now you can go in, buy a set of screwdrivers, pair of pliers, whatever you need, lawn and garden tools, leaf blowers, weed eaters, all that stuff.
TV and basketball goals.
TVs
TVs
and,
and kayaks. Don't forget kayaks. So I want to encourage folks to shop your hometown Sears store, locally owned and operated. Great folks, doing a great job. 57 degrees in Mountain Home, 59 at Harrison, 54 at Hardy. Mountain View checks in at 54. It's 57 in Yellow. Marshall at 54, same at Poplar Bluff, Missouri. Branson at 55 and West Plains at 53. And I think the weather is going to change. I was looking, I think Channel 7 posted something on Facebook last night where we have a chance of snow on Thursday night. Yeah.
No.
It's a little bit, it comes down kind of
Say
like
it ain't so.
It's
like an
so
upside down McDonald's
Snow,
arch
buddy.
that hits like Carroll County and comes over to about Sharp and Fulton and comes back and just comes down in top tier of counties on.
Well, we may be able to try out those school, what are those,
MI
alternative days
yeah.
where you
It
learn
won't be that
alternative.
much.
It won't be that much.
Oh, God. Darn it.
As you can see on your screen, there's the current local radar. This is the National Weather Service loop. You see showers along Lake Michigan up in the state of Michigan that have just moved through the Chicago area. Other showers in the northwest corner of Illinois, the southwest corner of Wisconsin, northeast Iowa. Other precipitation showing up in the Dakotas, but we are still dry as a humpless camel in the sunset here in Arkansas. You like that, don't you? A little bit of shower activity right now in El Dorado and along I-30, Hot Springs to Texarkana. The northern tier of counties, northern tier of, how can I say that? The northern part of Arkansas, how about that? The northern part of Arkansas clear at this time. Folks, we need rain. There's burn bans. You might as well just say basically the whole state's too dry to burn.
Yeah.
To do
Yeah, I
any
think they
burning, I should say.
got burn bans almost
If
everywhere.
you have any
so.
questions, call your local fire departments or your judge's office or whatever. Just, it's really, really dry. This is the driest I've seen it in several years for this time of year.
I agree.
You know, normally in the fall of the year, we have 2 or 3 days a month where you just get those good old soakers, you know.
Yep.
But my yard was so dry that even without using the block to mulch leaves, I got a 99% mulched without even blocking the port. You know how you can block the exhaust and grind the leaves up with the lift on the blade?
Now, were you cutting more grass or more dust? Because last time I
came
mowed,
in looking
it
like
just
a fat raccoon when it was done.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, after 3 bars of soap, I finally got all the dirt out of my eyes.
Yeah.
Change your air filter.
Yeah. That'll happen.
There you go.
Then I got on the tractor, while doing some work Saturday, pulled the tractor out in the right front tire. Not only was it flat, it's off the rim. Yeah, get to air that sucker back up. Don't you just love putting lawnmower tires back on the rim and airing them up?
That's better than a Bridgestone trucker tire, I guarantee you.
Really?
I'll take them lawnmowers all day long. You ever broke down a trucker tire?
Oh, yeah.
You jump on that thing with a sledgehammer and go to
Been
work,
there, done that.
Jack.
Yep. What do we got for community news, guys? First Baptist Church is having their Living Nativity December 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 6 to 8 p.m. For more information, fbcmh.com. Living Nativity is a unique Christmas experience for all families. It's a free drive-through. They do have some other activities there. Scooter?
At the blood drive at the Baxter Regional Medical Center. It'll be going on Wednesday, December 6th. Wednesday, December 6th from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. If you need more information, you call 1-800-RED-CROSS or visit redcrossblood.org.
And the Toyota Bonus Bucks Bassmasters Tour.
The what?
Toyota Buck.
The what? The what?
Toyota Bonus Bucks Bassmaster Tour.
One more
is
time. Do it again. Got to get in rhythm. Come on.
December 6th or the 9th.
Come on.
Toyota Bonus Bucks Bassmaster Tour. There you go.
They just did that on purpose. I'm telling you. I will say this, though. Driving in this morning, I must have seen 20 trucks and boats, bass boats.
It's on.
I mean, they are loading it.
And they love this tour because it's the only one on the tour that you fish 2 lakes.
Yep. So many days
the
at one
tournament.
and then so many
Yeah.
days at the other.
Well,
And I
they
think
all
they come
play.
back and finish up on the lake that they start with or something.
Yeah, they do like bull shows, Norfolk bull shows. So,
Who hosts that?
Toyota.
Which
Toyota.
marina hosted here though?
101, I
walking out and heard the door
believe.
jam.
I'll get back with
Travis.
you on that one.
I'm just curious because a lot of folks like to go down and see what size fish are being caught, you know, for the weigh-ins and stuff.
Yep.
And
Now, the weigh-in be at the college. So,
oh, okay, so they're going to transport.
yeah.
Okay.
ASU College, if you want to go out there and see all the big hoopla, that'll be there. So,
Cool, cool.
That's
That's
all,
it.
Yeah.
That's all
And
the
what was
PSA?
that called?
Toyota Bonus Bucks Bassmaster Tour. There you
Yeah,
He's got
think
it down.
about that.
He's
All
in
right.
rhythm now.
We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him.
go. After you
Tomorrow
say it
night at
10
6:30,
times.
Mountain Hope Christian Academy's Christmas program, Angels Aware, takes place. It's going to be at Real Life Church, the new sanctuary at Real Life Church. They're just off the bypass. Christmas program, Angels Aware, 6:30 p.m. tomorrow evening, Mountain Hope Christian Academy at Real Life Church. I think would that be on 16th Street? I think it's on 16th. The new cut through
Yep.
back there. Yeah.
Yep.
So I filmed that program last year for them. There's a chance I may do it tomorrow night if I get a camera, Scooter.
No,
That would actually be Rossi Road.
oh, that's Tuesday night.
Well, it's Tuesday.
Tomorrow night.
Well, that's what I said.
Yeah, I could probably get you a camera. I don't know that I can be there.
Well, I can be there.
Oh, I can get you a camera. I'll set you up.
We'll see. If you want to see a good school program,
That's it.
tomorrow night. I was there last year. They did a fabulous job.
Awesome. Awesome.
Scooter, why don't we take a break? I'm running. Well, I could use a little bit more coffee.
All right. Well, stay tuned. We got our local sports update. We got Bob Recktenwald and
Bob, who?
Recktenwald.
Oh, yeah. Be right back.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care in Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Coming in 2018, DHF Archery Range, brought to you by DeerHunterFan.com TV and Steadyform. This 10,000 square foot indoor climate-controlled archery range will feature 3D targets, 3D pop-up, and state-of-the-art video shooting. DHF Archery Range will be open to the public and available for all ages. It's a great facility for hunters and archers alike and located in the center of the Ozarks in beautiful Bull Shoals, Arkansas. That's DHF Archery Range, coming in 2018. Keep on the lookout for more details and their grand opening announcement soon.
They said, I'm not ready to move. I'm not ready for such a change. I'm not ready to give up my independence. Then, after receiving a lot of love and encouragement, they moved to the Good Samaritan Society. They said, I should have done it years ago.
Senior care and services from the Good Samaritan Society.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
7:17 on this Monday morning, December 4th. Cloudy conditions. Hopefully we get some rain. And you got the control.
What are they saying? They talking about snow coming up, I guess?
Well,
that's just a bad word, and it's too far in the future to predict anything. So,
well, why don't we just take a look?
I don't know.
Oh no, that's a open Pandora's box. I know. Let's see.
I'm going to bring your computer up on my screen here.
Severe weather outlook. Isolated strong storms possible for this area all the way down to Queen, as you can see there. Now I'm going to click on this forecast. So hang on to your hat there, Scooter.
I've got it.
Well, I got to do some hunting here. Hang on. Let's scroll down here. There we go.
He doesn't even know what he's looking for.
Yeah, I know what I'm looking for. I just got to find it here. I got to click on Mountain Home. Friday, slight chance sprinkles flurries.
Yeah, school's closed.
Yeah, school's closed. Thursday, mostly sunny, high of 43. Thursday night, low of 24. Slight chance of sprinkles and flurries on Friday. Let me scroll on down and see what it says here. A slight chance of flurries before noon, then a slight chance of sprinkles, partly sunny, high near 44.
There you go.
Milk and bread alert, milk and bread alert.
That answers that. We're supposed to be talking about sports. What are you guys doing?
It's time to talk sports with Bob Recktenwald.
Well, hold on a minute.
You
know, you joke about school being out because it's going to have a little bit of a sprinkle. How long have you been here, Travis?
18 years.
Scooter, how long have you been here?
About 20 years.
All right. Dale and I have been here a long time.
45 for me.
And if you look way back when, if there was a half inch to an inch of snow on the ground, they canceled school.
That was it.
And the reason for it, Arkansas Highway Department had one snowplow
in Little Rock.
No, it was here.
Was it?
Yeah, it was here. But that salt spreader had to come from Marshall.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah,
just
probably,
the threat of snow.
When I was here in '72, that means it had to be about a '37 Chevy.
Probably right. Sports. We've got a guest this morning, Travis Alexander, high school wrestling coach, volunteer, correct? Or are you on staff?
Volunteer.
Volunteer. Tell us about the high school wrestling program. We'll talk a little bit more about where you were this weekend in a bit.
Well, the high school wrestling program, we basically it was started about 10 years ago. I think this is our 10th or 11th year. I've been with the program for about 8 years, and we basically 9th through 12th grade, we take kids that want to wrestle and we show them the basics and get them out there on the mat, and every day we're up there working hard and just grinding it out and trying to make kids better. So
high school wrestling, who does it attract? Does it attract the basketball player, the baseball player, the football player, or just the kid that wants to be doing something?
The kid that wants to be doing something mainly. It's a unique sport in the respect that it doesn't matter what size you are. If you're a 100-pound kid or if you're a 250-pound kid, there's a spot for you on the wrestling team. That's what I love about the sport. When I was in high school, that's how I kind of got exposed to the sport. When I was in high school, I was up on the hallway, the 3rd floor, and I had a little bit of an argument with a kid, and this coach came up and grabbed me, and I was in 9th grade, didn't know anything about wrestling, and he says, meet me in the gym after high school. I said, okay. Went down there, and he said, get up on the scale. Got up on the scale. He says, you're on the wrestling team.
Didn't know they had a draft, did you?
And yeah, so I mean that's how they recruited back in my day, and I'll be honest with you, that guy, his name's Kim Graves, and of course he's long since retired now, but it changed my life in a lot of ways. It gave me an outlet. I wasn't big enough to be on the football team, wasn't tall enough to be on the basketball team. But I found a home with wrestling, and that's kind of the kids we attract. We attract kids that.
And how many years did you wrestle after that?
I wrestled 4 in high school and about 6 in the military internationally, and so I've been wrestling for almost 40 years, and
wow,
it's been on and off. But I mean I've been exposed to it for over 40 years, and it's been a really life-changing thing for me. And about 10 years ago or 8 years ago, when I got back into it here. Mainly it was for selfish reasons. I had a son that wanted to wrestle, or at least I wanted him to wrestle.
You wanted him to wrestle? Understand.
And I've always been one of those parents. I like to let kids try what they want to try, and he fell in love with it and became a pretty good wrestler. So.
Wow.
Well, Scooter, you had a wrestling tournament over the weekend, and we'll talk about that. At what age? I hate to put it this way, but wrestling could be a good deterrent for mischief.
Absolutely.
As it was in your case, this could be a good. If the staffs would say, okay, look, you have too much time on your hands, you've got too much energy. Why don't we get you involved in the wrestling program? Now, you started at your tournament this weekend. What was the youngest wrestler you had?
5 years old.
5 years old.
5 years old.
To 14 years old. 300 plus. From.
But we had 160 total wrestlers.
160 wrestlers.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're looking at minimum 2 matches apiece?
At a minimum, yeah. Some people had 4, and I know a few of them had quite a few matches.
It was a good time.
But we had a lot of kids that this year that doubled up, so they wrestled 2 divisions. So they get twice as many matches, and they get to compete with kids that are older than them.
Right.
It was really cool.
Right. 5 years old to 14 years old.
I'm telling you, if you ever go to one of them tournaments, and you'll find, if I don't have somebody wrestling, you'll find me down at Division I, which is the 5 and 6 year olds. They are hilarious. You got these little kids just going at it, and some of them, I mean, they have nothing to lose. there's no fear. They just go out there and go at it, and it's hilarious.
Okay, I'm not involved in the
That's
wrestling.
because you missed it.
Well, I had things to do, Bob.
Work on his truck.
You could have been involved.
If you start them out at 5 years old, by the time they get to 12 years old, the technique is already built into them.
Yeah.
And so they just develop that technique as they get bigger and stronger.
Yep. And the main thing, and I know Travis gets into this, it's a lot of what you do is about muscle memory. It's about how's your body going to react when you're not thinking about it. And a lot of people, they go out there and practice and they think, well, in a match or a tournament, I'll do it different. I'll do it this way. But the problem is you don't have time to think in a match. Your mind will go completely blank and your body's going to react like you practiced. So if you did it halfway practicing, that's what's going to happen in the mat in the tournament, because that's what your body knows. It's just a reaction. Your body's going to start reacting. And as the more years they go, the better their reaction becomes to being a correct reaction rather than being out of position and doing something a little bit different.
Okay, so now in other sports, basketball, football, I would think mainly football, probably very little in baseball. But, when Bob, you had your football league for, 18, 19, 20 years, something like that, to develop the younger players to bring them into the sport program. Implement this into other sports. Let's take linemen, the front line on a football team. Wouldn't that make them, the reaction time that's built in, doesn't that help them?
The agility boost, without a doubt, is huge.
Balance, coordination, you name it, gets improved.
Your alertness, your ability
I know
to think
Travis
fast.
probably say a lot about
That's
this.
where I was headed.
You actually, if you looked at a lot of the college NFL players today that have wrestling backgrounds, you'd be surprised.
It doesn't necessarily make them stronger. It's just that agility.
I think it was Lawrence Taylor. It was an interview with Lawrence Taylor. It was talking about that, how wrestling really made him the football player that he was, in the respect that he was never afraid to work hard, and he learned that in the wrestling room. We're fortunate this year. We've got a football coaching staff that's working with us, and Coach Maddox has really expressed interest in getting a lot of his linemen, especially his offensive linemen, coming out to wrestle. And I said, look, even if they don't want to compete, they come up and roll with us and learn. It'll make them better football players, and that's absolutely true. And there's, I can't remember who it was, but there was a NFL player that had never played football in his life, other than just ragtag football type of thing. Was the NCAA champion. Of course, there's no professional wrestling in our form of wrestling, and he walked on an NFL team.
Really?
And and so you'd be surprised how it really does complement that sport.
How many participants do you have in the high school from 9th to 12th?
This year we've got about 23.
Is that up or down from years past?
It's usually about average. Usually I might start out about 30, but usually within a week and a half, it's down to about that mid-20s to. Bottom line is a lot of kids they can't do it.
They just don't put the effort out.
Right. It's work, and I work them. I work them hard.
So how do you get your students or your athletes, if they think they're giving 110%, but you see they're giving 70%, how do you get that, what they have, out of them when they think they're already at their peak?
Well,
to get that extra shot of adrenaline in there.
I've never made wine, but I understand the process. You gotta squeeze the grape to get the juice. And that's what I do with kids. We push them hard every day, and I'll call them out. I don't play favorites. I beat on them all equally, and so we spend probably 20 minutes every day just doing a little bit of conditioning, a little bit of strength training. But the days that I say strength and conditioning, you can't run and hide, because I run circuit training. We'll go to this station, this station, this station. They can't run and hide, and I'll have kids sweating and puking in 30 minutes.
Jerry, Saturday was your first experience with a wrestling tournament?
No, sir.
You had been
Well, I'd been, the week before, I guess, and watched wrestling. That was my first one.
Okay.
This last Saturday.
Okay.
You come to the high school tournament or high
Went
school?
to the youth tournament.
Oh, youth tournament, Pottsville.
Yeah. Give us a hand at the youth
Yeah.
tournament. Well, tell us about your week Saturday. How did that go?
We left at 4 a.m. Saturday morning and drove to Little Rock Central, which is always a long day. It's a long day because they've got a small gym, and it always attracts a lot of teams because it's the first tournament of the year. Main reason I go is because it's a varsity and JV tournament, so I can wrestle all my kids pretty much. And we had a pretty decent day. For probably about 2/3 of the tournament, we were right into first and second place, team place. And I think it was the third round, kind of the semifinals. The bottom kind of fell out. Some of the kids were getting tired, and I think we ended up in about 6th place overall out of 16 teams. But we had some good matches in respect of Damon Morgan, who's one of my returning seniors this year. He absolutely just had a determination I hadn't seen in him in about 2 years, and went out there in his final match for 3rd and 4th, beat a kid that he's lost to probably 3 or 4 times last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was a huge confidence builder for him to go out there and
he had the determination to get that
had
done.
that determination, and it came down to literally the last 20 seconds of the match. He was down by 1 point. Score was 2-1. I mean, so it looked like a couple of squirrels out there just going at it. And I seen that he was just tying up this kid. I said, man, and they went out of bounds, and so I had him for a minute, and I said, short fireman's, hit that short fireman's. He went out there and hit it, tried to hit it once, and the guy kind of backed out of it, and he hit it the second time, got the 2 points, and ended up winning the match. It was a great day for him, so I was very proud of him. And a lot of our kids done really well. I mean, they done really well. It's first tournament of the year, and so it's kind of one of those things you see what you got to work on. We took some note on some things we got to do better. So
you had 3 wrestlers take a 3rd place medal home. You had 4 or 5 wrestlers come home with 4th place medals.
Correct. Yeah. Well, we had in a couple of seconds in the JV division. At the varsity level right now, I haven't got everybody. The way wrestling works is I might have 20-some kids out on the team, but varsity level I can only put 14 kids, and they've got to be at a specific weight. I can't take 3 kids that are 160 pounds and spread them out over 14 weight classes. Right. So. Right now, my 106-pounder, I'm still got an empty spot there, so that's no points. Saturday, we didn't have a 120-pounder. We didn't have our heavyweight. And so, we're still trying to get some of them holes filled in, still doing recruiting the kids. It's hard to find a 185-pound kid that wants to work hard.
And your next action is Thursday night here at the hangar?
This Thursday night, we've got Russellville, and I'm good friends with Russellville's coach, and I know they've been working hard all summer, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a battle. It'll be a battle.
When did the wrestlers start practice?
We officially started practice probably about the middle of October, but we'll do preseason stuff. Late summer. There'll be some kids that will just about go year round. If they're in another sport, I don't push them to do preseason. I don't push them to do postseason. I like the diversity of kids doing different sports. I think it adds to the whole athletic program within our school. When they don't get specialty with one sport. So,
is it a sport that can be coached year round, or are they limited on how much coach time they get?
It works the same as any other sport in AAA. There's a dead period in the summertime that I can't have any contact with kids, and that's actually a tough time with whenever we do an extracurricular and outside freestyle Greco-Roman, because a lot of that season runs during that dead time, and so it makes it tough where I can't have any contact with a couple of kids that like to do that.
And who's the official high school coach?
The official high school coach is Robert Blades.
Robert Blades. We had him on at the beginning of had him on the radio earlier this year and was talking cross country with him, and he told us that he was getting into it. Is that?
I asked him the other day. I said, Coach Blades, I said, what do you think of wrestling? He says, I love it, and he has gone head first into it. He gets out there on the mat. He learns. This weekend I let him coach a lot of the JV matches, and he loves it. He really does. I think that he was a good addition to the program.
We've been visiting with Coach Travis Alexander, Mountain Home High School Wrestling. Anything else you want to add before we take a commercial break?
I don't think so.
I think we'll be right back.
Be right back.
You've tried medications, try a better approach to health. Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
Hello, I'm Charles Ferguson. Here at Mountain View Chevrolet, we still do business the old-fashioned way with honesty and integrity. And we have a good inventory of new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs from large to small. Our service department has all GM certified technicians, and our friendly salespeople are ready and eager to fit a car truck to your needs in a price range you can afford. We also have a lot full of pre-owned cars and trucks, program and new car trade-ins to choose from. So come see us at Mountain View Chevrolet.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the Pie Lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home. Your White River getaway starts at Cotter Trout Lodge, where you find convenient, clean, and affordable accommodations right in the heart of Cotter, Arkansas. Take advantage of the Natural State Fly Shop across the road for all your supplies and guided fly fishing needs. Countless delicious homemade menu options await to satisfy your hunger cravings at the White Sands Cafe. Your complete White River getaway is cradled in the east arm of the historic Ruthven Rainbow Bridge at the Cotter Trout Lodge, Natural State Fly Shop, and the White Sands Cafe.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
More than just propane, Reeves Propane provides you full-service propane delivery as well as tank and piping installation. We are your dependable choice, offering the very best in personal service with on-time deliveries and competitive prices. Reeves Propane also sells and installs tankless water heaters and appliances and can even convert your gas cook stove to liquid propane. So no need to fuss and cuss about bad service. Call us at Reeves Propane. We greatly appreciate your business and God bless.
7:39 on this Monday morning. Talking sports with Bob Recktenwald, Scooter Callis, Jerry Hogan's over there sipping coffee. Once I get done talking, I'm going to drink some more coffee. Bob?
Coffee clutchers. There you go. Had some basketball this past week. The Mountain Home High School basketball team wrapped up a couple different tournaments on Saturday. The girls were in third place of the Lady Eagle Invitational at Greene County Tech in Paragould. They beat West Memphis 51-38. They are now 3-3 on their season. The boys lost their third place game at the Citizens Bank tournament in Van Buren. They fell to the host team 60-45, and their record now falls to 2-4. Basketball conference, I believe, will kick off right after Christmas. The Bombers normally host a big tournament over the Christmas break.
Yeah, Dr. Long mentioned that last week.
And then after the Christmas break, then they'll come in and start fighting conference battles. Let's talk about high school football. 7A state champs, North Little Rock. They beat Bentonville 44-37.
Ooh.
I didn't look for that one to happen.
Say that again?
They beat Bentonville 44-37.
Who beat them?
North Little Rock. I did not look for that to happen. I thought Bentonville had it this year wrapped up tighter than tight. Didn't go. 6A champion is Greenwood. They beat Pine Bluff 52-14, which is another. Greenwood's been pretty salty, though, these past couple of years, you know. Pine Bluff came up here and gave the Bombers a whooping pretty steadily. But Greenwood pulled it off 52-14. The 5A state champ is Pulaski Academy, 37 over Little Rock McClellan, 36. Now that would have been a good game to watch. 37-36. The 4A championship, they've got their final is on the 9th, and I believe the 3A and 2A also play on the 9th. The semifinal between Foreman and Salem was pushed a week because Earl forfeited all their games this year for an ineligible player. So that final, I haven't seen it posted yet, but I imagine it's going to be the weekend after the 9th. So would that put it to 16th?
Mm-hmm.
Let's put it on the 16th.
Is that the Salem game you said?
That would be the Salem game. They will travel this Saturday.
Fly in here today.
They will travel this week to Foreman and take on Foreman for their semifinal game. And that's high school football. Wrapped up quick this year.
It did.
It did. It was pretty quick.
When we talk a little college football.
Well, if we have to.
Well, let's see. CBS News is reporting. One day after coaching in the SEC Championship, Auburn coach and Arkansas native Gus Malzahn agreed to stay with the Tigers. So now we're looking at Mike Norvell or Chad Morris of SMU. Is that Southwest Missouri? No, it'd be Southern Methodist.
Southern Methodist.
Yeah.
You know, if anybody really thought that Gus Malzahn was going to come back to Arkansas, what's the logic there? Well, he's from Arkansas. He wants to come home. You go and you coach where the potential to win the national champion is the greatest. I mean, that's their goal. If you're a coach, that's what you fight for. You want to win a national championship. Doesn't matter if it's NCAA Division I, NCAA Division III, if it's one of the smaller schools. Your goal is to win your national championship.
Mm-hmm.
And with the potential of players, the potential of the players that Arkansas has been able to recruit, that potential of winning a national championship is just not going to be there for a while. They've got to get some stability in their upper management, AD down to assistant coaches, before those kids are going to commit to coming here. Of course, that's just my opinion, and it's like everybody else's.
Well, it's not a strong program. I mean, I think weren't we a lot stronger like in the days of Lou Holtz?
We were a lot stronger in the days of Bobby Petrino.
Yeah.
We weren't real strong with Lou Holtz. We weren't real strong.
We did beat Oklahoma, though, in the 78 Orange Bowl.
Well, when Lou Holtz.
Yeah, it was.
You sure?
Yeah, I think so. Who would it be?
I don't know.
I think it was Lou Holtz in the 78 Orange Bowl.
I'm just questioning you. The Arkansas State Red Wolves, they were beaten out of their title game on a Saturday. They were beaten by Troy, but they'll still go to a bowl. They're going to play in the Sun Belt Conference Bowl, which is in Montgomery, Alabama, and it's the Camilla Bowl. They'll play that bowl game against Middle Tennessee State on December the 16th. That game will be played.
MTSU, that's quite the campus. Been there.
That game will be played at 7 o'clock. Missouri Tigers are going to the bowl game for the first time in 3 years. They're going to be playing in the Texas Bowl, and they will play Well, doesn't say who they're going to play. Oh, they're going to play Texas in the Texas Bowl. No wonder I'm confused.
Missouri plays Texas.
They're going to play Texas in the Texas Bowl in Houston, Texas, and December 27th at 8 o'clock. And Arkansas will stay home.
1978 Orange Bowl played in Miami, Florida. Head coach Barry Switzer for Oklahoma. Head coach Lou Holtz.
There you go.
And we beat them.
Barry Switzer.
Barry Switzer was good.
Where'd he go after that?
I think to the casino in Oklahoma.
No, he went to the Cowboys.
He went to the Cowboys.
He sure did.
Yeah.
Who's the now he's not the best player that ever come out of Oklahoma at the time that Barry Switzer was there, but who's the most notable player? You'll have to think hard.
Was it Roland Sales, the guy that did the rushing? He set a record that day.
That I didn't say the best player. I said the most notable.
Brian Bosworth.
Brian Bosworth.
Well, I don't remember him.
Brian Bosworth was a character.
He got knocked out pretty quick.
Yeah.
In that Orange Bowl?
In the NFL.
In the
NFL.
Yeah.
His notoriety came by his hairstyle. He'd have a shaved sides and a mohawk, and he'd have designs cut in the sides of his hair.
Yeah.
But that was his big notoriety.
That 1978 Orange Bowl was one of the best ones I watched. That was a lot of fun. Because I think Oklahoma they were really the chosen ones of that day to win that, probably by 7 to 10 points, and Razorbacks just kept chucking away at Oklahoma. Have we ever played Oklahoma since then?
I don't believe so.
I don't think so. I don't think we've played Oklahoma in almost 40 years.
The brings us to the top four. The playoff system that the college has now. We've got Oklahoma, Alabama, Georgia, and Clemson. Is that right?
Yeah. Who's got the potential to go all the way to the top? Oklahoma or Clemson?
Or Alabama.
Or Alabama. I don't think Alabama's as strong as they were 2 years ago.
If they're healthy, they're pretty strong. If they're healthy, they're pretty stout.
Against them, or not a bunch anyway.
Yeah, if you're going to bet against them, don't put the house on it.
Yeah.
Let's go to a smaller school. We began the sports show on Mondays back in October. We talked about the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys just a little bit.
Russellville.
In Russellville. They finished their season 8-3, and they played in a bowl game against the Pittsburgh State University Gorillas. They were 7-4. They came up on the short end of the stick. That bowl game is actually played at Arkansas High School down in Texarkana.
Really? Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine the crowd? What if we could get a Baxter Lab bowl and host it here at Bomber Stadium?
Sure.
There you go. Now you're talking.
Invite one of the smaller division schools to come here. A couple of them come here and play and do it as a fundraiser. And
we got the scoreboard for it now, don't we?
Yeah, we got a little bit better scoreboard. They did come up short, 31-48.
That fly likes both of us here.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Well, y'all gonna have to start leaving your friends at home.
I feel like I'm blessing everybody. I'm actually chasing a fly.
They're doing all right until Jerry got here. I don't know what's going on.
But the reason they always pick on you like that every morning.
It's like high school.
It's crazy.
We can pick on Gil. He's over here rubbing right through stuff.
First time we've seen
Hi,
Gil for a while.
Gil's actually working today.
There goes that bird. The reason I bring up the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys is twofold. There's actually some boys under some local ties.
Really?
Yep. Number 78, Trey Bradley, is a junior at Arkansas Tech. He was named to the all-conference team, and he is the great-grandson of Mrs. E.E. Bradley, who Bradley Drive is named after.
Wow.
Who happens to be my wife's cousin's boy. But like I say, he was named to the all-conference team, and we're congratulate him on that. Another boy with local ties on the Arkansas Tech team is number 71, Mitchell Williams. Mitchell is the son of Mountain Home graduate, class of 79, Cheryl Alford. don't know if you remember Cheryl or not.
I remember the name, yeah.
She had a brother. His name was Ronnie Holloway.
Yeah.
Congratulations to both those boys and their families on a good year. We look to watch the Wonder Boys again next year. They should have a great season. You want to take one more break? We'll come back and wrap up with the youth wrestling tournament.
You got it.
Coming in 2018, DHF Archery Range, brought to you by DeerHunterFan.com TV and SteadyForm. This 10,000 square foot indoor climate controlled archery range will feature 3D targets, 3D pop-up, and state-of-the-art video shooting. DHF Archery Range will be open to the public and available for all ages. It's a great facility for hunters and archers alike and located in the center of the Ozarks in beautiful Bull Shoals, Arkansas. That's DHF Archery Range coming in 2018. Keep on the lookout for more details and their grand opening announcement soon.
They said, I'm not ready to move. I'm not ready for such a change. I'm not ready to give up my independence. Then, after receiving a lot of love and encouragement, they moved to the Good Samaritan Society. They said, I should have done it years ago.
Senior care and services from the Good Samaritan Society.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
You've tried medications just cover up the pain, and you've tried dieting to help lose weight. Before you try something drastic like surgery to get rid of the numbness and tingling, why don't you try a better approach to health? Hi, I'm Dr. Charles Osgood, and at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we heal the whole person the natural way.
At Mountain Home Family Chiropractic, we take a hands-on approach to chiropractic care, massage therapy, and nutritional counseling. Our 20 years of service has led to successful results.
When I come in to see Dr. Osgood, sometimes after one adjustment, I have immediate relief. Sometimes it takes 4 or 5 adjustments.
I recommend Mountain Home Family Chiropractic because it really works and keeps me pain-free.
Mountain Home Family Chiropractic supports the community by donating to Mountain Home Food Basket and the Lions Club. Request an appointment with us today at Mountain Home Family Chiropractic. Excellence for your body and frame alignment.
Hello.
It's 7:54 as we wrap up the Monday morning show. Bob Recktenwald, Jerry Hogan, along with Scooter Callis. I'm Dale Hoffman. And Scooter, let's talk a little bit about the tournament you had.
Yeah, I'm trying to reset the camera here.
Reset the camera. There you go.
There we go. That looks a little.
You got our
better.
head off the ceiling now, don't you?
Yeah.
What's the name of that tournament, Scott?
King of the Mountain.
King of the Mountain. And who ended up being the team with the most kings?
Hold on. How many top of my head?
He had to, what, 17 schools?
I think it was Panthers Youth Wrestling is who ended up taking it.
Who?
Panthers.
Yep. But
Cabot Panthers.
The amazing part is Pottsville took the second place win, and that's their first trophy ever. West Plains took a third place win, their first trophy ever. So to be able to present them with their first trophies they ever got at a tournament was an honor on my behalf. It was really, really cool. Let everybody know we ended up with 17 teams altogether. Most of them bigger than us, I'll be honest with you. Mountain Home's a pretty small team. We got some teams bringing 40 kids to the table. But when they calculate overall team points, it's based on every kid you bring, and we ended up coming out 5th out of the 17, which is really, really good for the size of our school. Our kids did perform. We brought 17 kids. We left with 13 medals.
That's great.
So I'm tickled pink. We had a lot of new kids that really stepped up, which really helps us a lot as coaches to see what they need to develop and work on their first tournament. So it was really productive all the way around. I'll go through some places real quick if you don't mind. Fourth place winners was Peyton Smith, Mason Ferris, and Braden Dunlap. And third place was Miranda Jones.
Sweet potato.
Sweet potato. Anybody listening sees her, tell her we said sweet potato on the air, yes.
Ooh.
Second place winners were Steven Sturgis, Elijah Hunter, Austin Callies, Joseph Piersky, Brandon Wheat. And the first place winners were Kalen Fraunfelter, Mason DeWeese, Ike Barrow, and Micah Matsfield, and he's actually out of Missouri that wrestles with us. We did have a few more kids that wrestled really hard. Zane Baker, Aiden Burns, Max Smith, and Wesley Grunwald. I couldn't be proud of our team as far as them stepping up to the plate.
Look how far you've brought that team, in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
when we did that initial fundraiser, get that mat in there. Do you need another mat? You're going to need, and that's what, $10,000 to $15,000.
You're looking at probably about $8,000 to $10,000 now. They've come down a little bit. I think we paid about $8,000 for our last mat, and we are in dire need. We've got 30 plus kids on our wrestling team that all try to practice on the same mat.
Do you have to rotate? Can you flip the mat like a mattress?
You could on the old style that were really heavy and takes a whole wrestling team to move one section. They were two-sided. The newer ultralights, you can't flip them because they're made different where they roll up tighter and they're easier to carry and they're lighter, and that's what we run as the ultralights. So you only got one
How soon
side.
you going to need this mat?
I need it now.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
We could be using it right now, separating.
Is it possible if a corporate sponsor came in that could be painted on the mat?
Oh, yes, by far.
Get about 8 of them, pitch in 1,000 piece.
We thought about that, is doing some corporate sponsorships, and you got the big corners that we can do it on, and we can do smaller ones in between and actually make it a sponsor-driven mat.
That's okay for youth wrestling. It is not okay for high school wrestling.
No, you cannot do it for high school.
Now, real quick, because we're going to run out of time, people need to understand that this big tournament, all these teams come in, wonderful thing. But if you don't have a wrestler in a weight class, you take the 0 if there is an opponent.
Yeah.
So you automatically, is it 3 or 6 points?
It's 6 points.
You automatically lose 6 points. So if you're a few weight classes short of having a full squad, you can start out way in the hole real quick. We found that with the high school team at their first match that you and I did a couple weeks ago. Mountain Home started out way ahead. So you got to watch and hope and promote to get younger kids and fill these classes up.
Yeah,
and that's the whole part of the youth program, is to develop them and move them on to the high school. So our later years, and you were asking about how things change. The later years, we do start incorporating what they do in high school, so those kids can transition a whole lot easier and walk right in from point A to point B, and then Travis can take them and run them from there. But I did want to say real quick, thanks to all the volunteers. Without you guys, we would not have made this tournament.
Gee, no problem, Scooter.
Those that showed up, of course.
Those that showed up. No,
jab.
Jerry's seen his first full big tournament, and you see what I'm talking about. It took over 30 volunteers to pull that off. I mean, it's amazing.
Boy, am I glad we're running out of time. 45 seconds. Who wants it? Real quick, Brewed Awakening Coffee, 3 locations to serve you. Shop your hometown Sears store. Shop local for Christmas. A lot of good stores around the Mountain Home, Twin Lakes area, Missouri and Arkansas. Shop local.
28 seconds left?
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's the point.
All right.
Local TV, local shopping. If you see these shows, I don't care if it's the sports show or just down on the corner, and you see these advertisers on this television station, let the folks know.
Like Jim Brown Company for all your HVAC needs.
Let those people know. Go see Miss Coward over at Sears and say, hey, I saw your show the other day, or I saw Dale talking about you. I'm out of here.
Great job. I
See you
appreciate
tomorrow.
it. We'll be back tomorrow.